Welcome back again, family. History have been made. Can you believe that the Sahel State leaders, Ibrahim Traore, Abdulrahman Tiani, and Assimi Goïta, has finally withdrawn from ICC, that's International Criminal Court. They say this ICC is a new colonial tools, it's a new colonial imperialist tools to investigate and persecute Africans. So they say no is no. So they had to withdraw from this International Court of Justice. Alright, so family, if you are coming new to the channel, do well to hit the subscribe button, share this video so that it reach many people as possible, especially those who want to know the recent news in town now that is going on all over Africa about these Sahel State leaders withdrawal from ICC. Alright, so stay tuned on the video. I'm going to explain to you briefly on what causes they are withdrawn from this International Court of Justice. So stay with me, please. So family, Ibrahim Traore said no. Assimi Goïta said no. Abdulrahman Tiani said no to this imperialist wahala. They said this ICC is a tool. It's a tool to persecute Africans, because they say when this International Criminal Court was created in 2002, the court was created mostly for Africans to persecute Africans, because if you are a leader from Western world or from any European country, they cannot take into justice. They cannot take into justice so easier than when an African leader has committed a crime. Like for example, in the case of Gaddafi, when they wanted to take down Gaddafi to ICC. It was before then that the Americans now came, the United States came now investigated Gaddafi there. They had now to flew to Libya to take him down. So that's how Gaddafi went, just because of this ICC that we are seeing. So they say enough is enough. So they say this International Criminal Court work only for Africans. They only do judgment only for Africans, because if a European leader commits any crime, they don't put into consideration. They don't look it as something very relevant. But when an African leader goes against the law or committed something, a criminal act, they instead go ahead and persecute the African leader. So they say no is no. Why can we be into an International Criminal Court that favors only African leader, whereas it's something that needs to be global? So that was the main reason why they said no, enough is enough. They had to withdraw from this ICC. My dear viewers, if you see this, it's not fair. It's really not fair. International Criminal Court is for every country to put in justice, not only for African leaders. Because it shows that it's only African leaders are now put into justice. If a European leader has committed something, they don't take into consideration. It means this ICC was really created just for African leaders to investigate Africa and persecute them, just for nothing. Whereas it's a global criminal court that they need to do fair judgment for each and every leader that has gone against the law. So the Sahel State leaders said no. This time they had to withdraw from this alliance of this International Criminal Court. So they are now looking they are now looking for their own alliance. There is the Sahelian Court, Criminal Court. They are looking out for their own the Sahelian Criminal Court that will comprise it with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, for them to take their own fair judgment from there. So they have withdrawn now to create their own Sahelian Criminal Court. That's why they have really totally withdrawn from that ICC, because the judgment there was really unfair and was really just, it was an international court created just for only African leaders, whereas it's something that needs to be global. Alright, so currently now the Burkina Faso's, Mali and Niger has created now their own. They have joined alliances to create their own Sahelian Criminal Court that will go ahead to give them fair judgment than the ICC that the imperialists claim to be an International Criminal Court, whereas it was created just to investigate and persecute only African leader. Alright, so family, what do you have to say on this great move from the Sahel State leaders? their withdrawal from this ICC, have they done a very good job, like withdrawing from this ICC? Because for me, it is very good and very relevant for them to withdraw from this ICC, because it has come to our notice that this ICC is not giving fair judgment to African leaders. It's mistreating Africans when it comes to giving fair judgment. So I do stand with the Sahel leaders on this their decision of their withdrawal from this ICC. They should create a Sahelian criminal court that will come in now to do fair judgment for them, and not ICC. ICC is just created to persecute African leaders for nothing, whereas it needs to be international something. Alright, so tell me your opinion on what you see about this. Alright, I'll be listening to your comments. Alright, tell me what you see about this. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Good show.